This start couldn't be much flatter if I tried, but still I want you to go to space with it. Hello everyone, I call myself Zondagskind, and this is the 34th challenge of the Marathon series with Genghis Khan of Mongolia. Let's look at his abilities. His personal ability is Mongol Horde. All cavalry class units gain +3 combat strength and a chance to capture defeated enemy cavalry class units. Pretty nice, because this will synergize with other parts of his kit that wants him to get cavalry, and the defeated enemy cavalry really depends on whether your AI opponent likes to field them, but it does feel a little glorious when it happens. I do believe that the defeated unit then spawns as a very low health one, so you're likely to lose it, but that just means that a shot from the AI went someplace else other than your units. Otto, starting a trade route, immediately creates a trading post in the destination city. That on its own is relatively, like, it's okay. I believe that it immediately makes your trade route a little bit better because you get extra gold from the trading post. But this on its own is relatively weak. But then receive an extra level of diplomatic visibility for possessing a trading post in any city of a civilization. Okay, so you get +3 combat strength. No. All Mongolian units double the usual combat bonus for having a higher level of diplomatic visibility than their opponent. This can get really crazy strong if you also have a spy there and you also have printing, for example. You can get very high combat bonuses on your opponents, but it does require a little bit of work. Although, especially the trade route one, just send out a trade route and you're happy, you're good to go. Very strong. Keshig is the unique ranged cavalry unit. It's a super unique, which in the medieval era does really start to bite. It can escort civilian and support units at their higher movement speed, which is decent. But it is really strong. If it replaced the crossbow, it would probably even be overpowered. But as a super unique, it kind of starts to hurt that you have to build it once you unlock it. That you can't immediately upgrade it and have it going. And then finally we have the Ordu, a building unique. It replaces the stable, and it grants an ability that gives +1 movement to heavy and light cavalry trained in this city. I think underwhelming as a unique building, because all it does compared to the stables give that +1 movement, but especially as Genghis Khan, you are going to want to get that cavalry, so having the extra movement on them does feel good, especially once you get to depredation with your light cavalry. You can pillage for every movement you have, so it's 1 extra pillage in your turn. Then let's look at the achievements I want you to do. Posthumous Conqueror, finish the game whilst putting a city under siege. The Secret History and the Lost Golden Book, finish with at least 1 half-filled amphitheater, so 1 book in the amphitheater. Share the Sweet and the Bitter, finish controlling a city-state you had previously levied. Mughulai and Borchi, recruit at least 2 great generals. And Aufbrüder, Saufbrüder, Raufbrüder, finish with a great work of music in a broadcast center next to an arena and or Ordu. So you need to have a broadcast center. It needs to be next to either an arena or an Ordu, and there needs to be a great work of music slotted in there. This spawn, pretty flat, and I hope you won't have too much damage from floods or anything. But you do start with some chops, the deer, and you have woods on hills there. A little close to Tundra, but maybe you can make that work. And it's a Terra map, so beware that your opponents are very likely going to be very close. Now, I will show you how I did the achievements after the beep, so if you do not want to be spoiled on how this game works, you want to try it out yourself first, then look away now, because after the beep, I will show you. See you in a bit. Here we are in the end game, and we are looking at a turn 211 science victory, which I'm pretty okay with. So, a Terra map. What's definitely good about it is that you're on the edge of a map, because at least you don't get squeezed in by multiple AI. So on Terra, usually, as long as you're not the AI's first target to attack, you are fine. And in fact, that happened. We had these 5 cities to ourselves in the early game, and Byzantium was over here. That is a pretty scary opponent to be next to if you're trying to do some war shenanigans. And I believe they did get a religion at some point. Yes, they did have a religion. So they did get some combat strength bonuses there. But it was not enough to withstand us. And what really helped is that they declared war first on Hungary. Hungary was really squeezed. And in fact was loyalty flipped out of the game pretty soon. And yeah, was squeezed by the Zulu, was squeezed by Byzantium and by Sweden over here. Even though Sweden later on also vanished. Just out of loyalty. Then, what's nice is that the AI is so aggressive that they actually don't build a lot of wonders. So I was able to build Oracle after turn 80. I was able to build Temple of Artemis after turn 100. I was able to build Machu Picchu, I think, around turn 160, which is a little late to even still matter, but it got me this nice +5 theater square, so I felt good about that. This nice industrial zone. So that's fine. So yeah, on Terra, as long as you do stay alive, there's a little more room to get wonders, which you usually might not get, like Alhambra. So I love that. I believe that Etamananki, on the other hand, was built by Byzantium originally. Or did I get it? No, I get it. I got it. At 50 BC. So 50 BC. That is 50 BC. Over here, yeah, turn 114. So yeah, so another one that you usually wouldn't get around that time, turn 114, yeah. That's kind of crazy. But that's cool. So Etamananki and Machu, really nice wonders to have in this game, with the extra science there on marshes. Then, there was actually a weird interaction with opponents getting defeated. Because I had already met everyone once. Very early, 51 I believe it was. The turn 51. Yeah, I'd met everyone. And then Sweden was already gone by then. Sweden had already been defeated by, I think, Egypt, the Cree, and the Aztecs. But then I revived Sweden at some point, and that made me meet everyone, quote unquote, again. And then I wasn't the first one, so I got 3 era score for meeting someone again. So, as you can see, I did a lot of war. I ended up with 36 cities. And I was mostly just vibing. I played this game off stream, off camera, so really took it easy. And I think on one hand, like, I'm distracted less by what's happening on stream or what's happening in recording. But on the other end, especially my industrial era, I think was a little sloppy. And otherwise I might have been able to do a sub 200. But I was mostly just enjoying the game as it was. And then let's look at the achievements. So, let's do them in reverse, because the last one is going to be really funny. Aufbruder, Zalfbruder, Raufbruder finished with a great work of music in a broadcast center next to an arena and Ordu. I have a great work of music in Trapezon. No, that's not it. In the broadcast center of Karakorum, and that is next to both an Ordu and a arena over here. So qualifies both ways. Mughal and Borchi recruit at least 2 great generals. I got great generals. I got a bit more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To raise the 8, 9 of them. So I think I qualified, you guys. Then, share the sweet and the bitter. Finish controlling a city-state you had previously levied. Here is Kabul. I had levied Kabul. Ah, there we go. Turn 134. I levied Kabul. And then, at some point, I decided that I would conquer them. I probably would have kept them alive in a game where I didn't have that achievement on. But this time I didn't. Sorry. Then, the Secret History and the Lost Golden Book finished with at least 1 half-filled amphitheater. So, either we have one in Korla and we have one in Karakorum. Of those. Then, Posthumous Conqueror finished the game whilst putting a city under siege. Well, here we go. We put all of this under siege, and this should be fun. Boop! 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 And goodbye, Sweden. Put them completely under siege, pillaged everything they had the past couple of turns, And yeah, even though I brought them back to life, I also brought them back to the death. Muhaha. So YouTube, if you like that this game ended in a turn 211 science victory, then do please leave a like. If you think that you could have done it way sooner, then please leave your comment how quick you did it in your try. And in any case, you can subscribe and ding the bell so you know when the next episode goes live, and we will see you then. Bye bye.